Hello everybody, welcome back. After a bit of a break over Christmas and New Year, well-deserved break, we are back. Happy New Year. We are ready to give you more bite-sized battle goodness. What are we doing this evening, Rich?
We are mixing it up a bit this evening, trying something new. We're playing Lord of the Rings, but we're not playing Middle-earth Strategy Battle Game. That's his full name. Yeah, practice that off there. We are playing one-page rules because we are old and don't remember rules very well, and these are very simple. So we're going to be using the Skirmish version of their systems. We've only got a few models each, rather than an entire army. That's much more Warhammer Fantasy. Yeah. So we're going to give this a run out. It was took us about 2 minutes to work out our armies, and yeah, we're going to get things underway. We've got some terrain set up, and we're going to go for a bit of a themed. The defenders of Gondor somehow are having a run-in with the Uruk Hai. Don't ask me if that happened.
They've just got lost.
They've
just got lost. They've been running for 3 days. And,
chased by 3 dudes.
yeah, we're all geriatrics. Let's run for 3 days. But I'm really excited about this. I love Warhammer. I love 40k, but I'm rubbish with rules, and it doesn't always stick in my brain. No. So I'm really hoping this is going to give us a good, clean, not necessarily quick, but straightforward, fun.
Should be fun either way.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get cracked on. Okay, so we're using these rocks as objectives. So we've got here, over here, in the woods here, and of course the ruins. So this rule system is very, very simple when it comes to movement. You've got very limited choices. So I've rushed a lot of my units up to claim the centre and kept some of my spear units back to hold the objectives. Whereas Paul, you were a little more aggressive than I thought. Yes.
Well, the only tactical nuance I had was get the archers up high, so I've put them up here in not Weathertrop. And I've sort of tried to get this middle objective. I thought it was a great idea to put something in the middle, but I'm regretting putting that there now. The rest of my units have snuck into the trees or are coming around the side here. And what I'm hoping is to get at least a shot of bows off before Richard has a chance to attack. We will see. Right,
we are deep into the second turn and the action has properly started. We've got a unit of Rangers having trouble over here as these Uruks try and nip around the building, getting shot at by these boys. We've got a bit of a duel going down here between Ugluk and Faramir. And we've got some sneaking going on over here. But Paul, what did your champion, Damrod, attempt to do?
Damrod thought he'd take on Lurt, and as he's a champion, he gets 3 attacks, which is fairly decent for these rules. And he hits on a 3-up, so I thought, why not? 3-up, nice and easy. I rolled 2 2s and moved on. So...
yeah, so the centre might be in a bit of bother here, but we'll get through the rest of the turn and we'll see how it pans out.
Good stuff. Cool. So, end of turn 2, what we have realised is this system is really quick and really quite brutal.
Yep.
So the Ranger's here, he's lying on the floor because he's been stunned. The spearmen charged him. I'm a little bit worried about these ones coming around to the objective, but I'm kind of hoping that my archers up on the ruins here will be able to do something. In the middle, things got a little bit dicey. Faramir, my big boss, my captain, is taking on, what's his name, Rich?
Ugluk, I think it is.
And that's very, very close. In the middle, the spearmen and swordmen have had a bit of a to-do, and it doesn't look good for my ranger, although I do have backup in the form of some swordmen coming up the middle there. Damrod is holding his own against the mighty Lurtz, but is slightly worse for wear compared to Lurtz. And then otherwise there's a little bit of sort of manoeuvring and trying to get some more spears into combat over here, as Richard has managed to take that objective as well.
Yep, and the only thing that I've got going on that's any excitement is these guys back here are sort of holding on to this objective as like a counter charge unit. But yeah, let's see what turn 3 brings. But it's only 4 turns to the game, so it's already halfway through. Okay, the showdown has started in the middle. The champion decided to pick up another fight with Faramir again, hitting on 3s because he's really good. And look at that roll. And I said to Paul, oh boy, you're going to need exactly the same so that Faramir doesn't get dead. And he did.
Yeah, lo and behold, I've now peaked. So
you have, and I think we've defied statistics, but I don't really understand how statistics works, so we'll just carry on. Right, Damrod's having a pop at Lurtz for round 2. How did he do, Paul?
The dice gods have smiled on me. Or not at all. No, it needed 3+. And, yeah. Does it count if I've got more than 3 together?
I think you can add the dice up. Well, let me just check the rules.
Yeah, cool. Let me know.
Okay, we're here at the end of turn 3, and these Uruk Hai couldn't quite make it up to fight, but next turn they're in position to leap up and chop up some bowmen here.
The Rangers couldn't quite make it to shoot at them either.
No, they could not. As before mentioned, these guys curb stomped that poor guy that was down there. Smart move from Paul here. The Rangers have broken through to try and get this objective, because we're about to enter the last turn. It's still a hero standoff over here. Here it didn't end quite so well for Damrod after his trash rolls. Lurtz just consistently chopped bits out of him. But he's still there, he's just stunned. And this guy's outnumbered but doesn't want to go anywhere and has already killed someone with his spear when I charged him. So, doing well. And over here, the battle for the tower continues. The orcs got rear charged by these spearmen. And my spearmen are then prepared to rear charge them in layers of countercharging, so we'll see how that works out. Technically, I still claim this objective back here because it was mine and remains in my possession until something changes. So let's see what happens. Okay, I said I would get ready for a charge up here. I have charged up here. I've gotten 3 hits. Their saves are 5 up, isn't it, Paul?
5 up, yep.
So they've horribly butchered these guys and taken this objective firmly and the tower in whole.
Cool. So the orc known as Sword Guy here has decided to charge into the spearman in the middle, and I must say that spearman is holding his own. When charging into spears, you have to take a test to see if it's dangerous terrain because you're running at a large pointy thing.
Yep.
And on a roll of 1, you either trip over and die or you impale on the pointy thing. Sword Guy has rolled a 1.
Oh dear. That's 50% of my casualties have been caused by me running into your spears so far.
Or tripping.
Or tripping horribly.
It continues.
Scratch 1 more on the tally. These swords guys charged in behind the spears and another one got killed on the way in. It's getting rough.
End of turn 4. Final turn. This is how we stand. This objective has been taken by the Uruk Hai, who quickly went on and brutally murdered everyone in Not With a Crop. Down the bottom here, Faramir has taken the moral victory by putting the Orc champion on his bum, but hasn't managed to finish him off. These guys made a valiant charge to get one of the objectives and were intercepted by the spearmen, but held their own and knocked it down to 1 spearman only.
Aye.
Yeah. In the middle, another contested objective. This dude here, absolutely fantastic. Managed to spear everybody else. It wasn't anything to do with Richard's rolling, trips, slips, or any other workplace injury. Lurtz and Damrod have fought each other to a standstill, and I think that would probably go to another round. I think Lurtz would take it, as he's a lot tougher.
Yes, he's got a lot of hits he can take.
And then over here, we had everyone playing silly billies, spearing and rearing and spearing and rearing, and that's kind of a contested objective, which I think would probably go another turn, and I'm not sure where that would go.
I mean, the rate my guys are dying to your spears, Paul, I think it's probably in your favour. And technically this one back here was under my control, even though I left it behind. So yeah, a good showing from the Uruk Hai, and an even better showing from your spearman, Paul.
So, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. That's 2 objectives to 0 for you.
So that was brutal.
It was. Excellent though.
What a great game system. Yeah, I'm really taken with how simple and easy it was to get to grips with, which is just what we needed. Absolutely.
I mean, we played the game in the best part of an hour, and there was a lot of chatting and looking up rules, but you know, it's 1-page rules, 1-ish pages.
Yeah, I don't know why they are called 1-page rules. I guess they want to try and drive that point, but it's like 8 pages or something, and it's so simple. And the character or the army sheets are just 1 page as well. That's definitely 1 page, the army sheet.
I think that's what it is.
But really, really, really good system to play through in a simple way. We've already talked about how it could represent any number of games. We love different games and they're great fun to play, but sometimes trying to remember too many different rule systems when you're busy is tricky. So having one that you can kind of apply to all and has a lot of crossover with their grim dark themed one, I think is great because the engine's the same. So it's easy to play with. But what a great game! And yeah, it was technically a game of Lord of the Rings, which is the first time you've played 4
Well, since you bought the Lord of the Rings box set in 2002
or one,
something like that.
Yeah.
What really got me though is it's actually really quite tactical.
Yep, definitely.
My plan of running forward willy-nilly at the beginning was a really bad idea. And you know, you actually have to think about what you're doing, and if you get it wrong, it's it's brutal. You showed us this. Absolutely.
So yeah, I think it's one of those games simple on the surface, a lot of tactical depth, perfect for applying to a whole host of different settings. So all round win, I think.
Yeah.
So cheers, guys, for tuning in for another BatRep. We'll be working on keeping them bite size. And should we film another one, Paul?
Shall we?
Let's do that.
See you soon.